Hi, everybody. Okay, I got to talk about the scandal that's rocking baseball. We got two pitchers that have been indicted for taking money to throw balls into the dirt. What's going on with baseball? When did baseball turn into basketball or FIFA? I always trusted baseball. I mean, remember back in 2003 when they did that steroids test and they promised the players they wouldn't tell, and they told that 103 of 700 players were involved in steroids. And since then, I've trusted baseball to take care of steroids. What did baseball do right there? They got ahead of the problem. Sure, they've been behind the problem with McGwire and Sosa, but baseball eventually said, look, yeah, there is a steroid problem, and they dealt with it. And since then, I've trusted baseball to be dealing with steroids in the right way. But they're not doing that with the gambling. They're dropping the ball. They knew about this indictment back in June for both players. Back in June, these players were suspended, both Clase and Ortiz. But baseball didn't explain why until a week after the World Series. Leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It makes me really wonder. I mean, sure, as a Blue Jays fan, I feel sour grapes. But now I'm starting to wonder, did someone actually steal this baseball series away from us? Now, it's not official that the indictments with Clase and Ortiz are linked to what happened in the World Series, but the whole thing stinks. The whole thing stinks, and baseball should know that the lie is bigger than the action. It's bigger than the crime. That's what brings you down. It's lying about what you did. It's not so much what you did. Had baseball been clean back in June and said, look, this is a problem. We've got two players that are facing indictment for taking money from gamblers and throwing balls in the dirt to, why also as a player, why would you do that? How much thrill do you get being a major league pitcher? How much money do you get from being a major league pitcher? And you need more to make a few more $100,000 or even less to throw balls in the dirt? You have no business being in baseball. And baseball's got to pull like a 1919 investigation when they hired Kershaw Mountain Landis to come in and clean the house. That's what baseball needs to do right now. The commissioner of baseball really needs to get ahead of this, because if I'm the one fan who's loved baseball my whole life, and now I'm starting to think something stinks in the state of Denmark, really something stinks in the state of MLB, I'm not the only one. And baseball has a really shaky foundation right now, and I'm worried for my favorite sport and America's pastime. So baseball, if I looked at the MLB.com today when I filmed this, there's no mention of it. There's no mention of the scandal on MLB.com. Baseball should know better. They should know that taking care of the problem ahead of it stops it from being a problem. What do you think?